Yes, indeed. Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for being in here. Welcome and congratulations. You made it to another session, ladies and the gentlemen who support. I am super, super excited. My name is Ali Midawi, and we're going to do a little bit of a few updates for you before we dive into the training. And a sneak peek for you. Today's training is all about the power is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. The bank account does not speak unless you follow up. The bank account starts saying, achum, you just made money if you simply follow up. So before we do so, have you opening remarks or any notes that Adora would like to share with us? And then we'll go to Alexandra, and then we'll get into our session today. And for many of you, I think you already know these beautiful souls, amazing, powerful women, and the contribution that they do each and every single day. So Adora, why don't we start with you?
Yeah, well, happy Monday, Miracle Monday, Manifesting Monday, Momentum Monday, Money Making Monday. Put your favorite M for what you're declaring this Monday is for you. Uh, I want to also say thanks for staying plugged into the community. I'm so proud of what is happening in our community and Alexandra and what they have going on with the locals, Lorna, your big breakthrough this weekend. Um, it's said that our standard is and our identity is what we will settle for. That's your standard, is your character is your standard. I learned this from Ben Hardy. Your character is your standard. That is your floor. It's what you will settle for. And our identity is our ceiling. So when we imagine the highest possibility, our identity is where we want to go, but our standard is our character. So our goal is to make our ceiling or our identity, our possibilities, the new standard, right? And Lorna took some bold actions and look at her glow. And I want to go ahead and go on gallery view, but she took bold actions in doing that. And so we're setting a new standard for what it is to be in community, right? And that is about consistency. It's about how you show up, not only for yourself, but for each other here. It's that your presence matters. Your face, Lynn, and your boogie and your paddleboarding and your health and vitality, all of that absolutely matters in a world that is going to work and not just as we say in or they said in Landmark Forum, works for everyone, right? A world that works for everyone, which means that everyone has enough, more than enough to eat, that they have more than enough expression, that they're out of survival into thriving, which thriving is that highest possibility, the divine right, the God given, expression. And so here at the Diva Network, that's what we're standing for. That's what you're standing for. So as we look at Monday and getting it rolling, it can be a Monday full of meaning. It could be a Monday full of manifesting reality, which is your highest identity, your highest possibility, where you're shining like Lorna, who's bringing that into our space right now. If you just look at her, she's glowing like a light bulb. Because again, Lorna did what Alexandra said and says a lot, that courage is when we break through our fears, we stand for what we want, and confidence comes on the other side of that, right?
Absolutely.
Confidence comes on the other. It's not just twiddling our thumbs, thinking, sitting, what's wrong, what's happening. It is declaring a bold future, taking a bold action aligned with that future, and then getting a result, which means your character begins to, just like if you work out in the gym every day, eventually you don't know yourself as the person losing weight. You know yourself as the person that gets therapy in the weight room. And you start to know yourself as someone who's not themselves if you're not working out or if you don't feel fit, right? It develops a new character over time and consistency. So we're playing in a game where we consistently go after bold, outrageous possibility. And we want to connect to that today as we think about follow up, as we think about who we are for each other and who we are in the world as a community of visionary leaders. We have so many exciting things coming for you. And I always want to tell you before they're here, but I'm not going to do that yet. Just trust us in knowing that we have a lot of really exciting things. One we can announce is sometime in the next few days, there will be a credit card only process for Diva Network. Yay! I know some of you have been waiting for that. And I want to remind you of the founders trip that's coming up in September, and to go ahead and book that because they're amazing swag bags for those of you that book ahead of time. And we have DJ Sama and Mad Stuntman coming to be with us, but we have other celebrity guests and things happening that are meant to just give you the most fun, the most nourishment, and also raise your visibility, raise that standard of who you hang out with. You hang out by the pool with celebrities. You hang out by the pool with people that are of your frequency. So I want you to go ahead and stretch into that now. All right, that's all I got, or I'll keep rolling on our identity. Alexandra, what are your updates and announcements?
Hello, and thank you for quoting. That is so important, right? So, Lorna, congratulations. I'll say my quote. People think they need confidence to do things in life, and I disagree. I think you need courage. See, confidence is the gift that you receive from being courageous. So that is why you're glowing. You push through. A lot of times, fear always holds us back from doing brave and courageous things. So, congrats to you. All right, a little Diva Locals update. Oh my gosh, we are really moving fast, my friends. Getting ready today to go to a launch in Miami, supporting our Diva Locals Miami president. She's having a big event there. I think she's got over 80 people registered, so it's going to be a big one. We have a couple chapters just getting ready to open up here in South Florida, in LA. So we're just every day. I just opened up Deerfield Beach, which I was super excited for last week, where that was a chapter that I know has so much potential. And God set me my president. I was like, we need Deerfield Beach. She came in, onboarded her, ready to go. So lots of amazing, amazing things. I think my win for last week was Jimmy and I hopped on a phone call with someone to help us with the big conference next year in March. Huge, huge win. So next year in March, we'll be doing a Diva Locals, Diva Network conference. I did one last few years here in South Florida. We've had over 200 people attend. It's a well-attended event. We're anticipating more than that next year. So this is Women's Month in March. So we're excited. So stay tuned on that for the dates. It's going to be explosive. We're going to have great speakers. It's going to be leadership speakers that are going to help you within your own business and help you elevate. So yeah, that was the win last week. I was just super excited because I'm like, we got to get this conference going. And right now we're just looking for dates. So stay tuned. What we do know, it's going to be in Miami. So that's the piece. So
Exciting. And we are going to have pink carpets, whether Alexandra likes it or
we will
not.
have pink carpets.
Black and gold. Yes. And red. I do want to know, we'll have red carpets too if we need to. We'll have one of each.
We can have pink. It's fine.
Well, who is the president in Miami that's launching tonight?
Jeanette. Yeah, Jeanette's launching tonight. Yeah, I'm so proud of her. She's been working so hard to really get those 10 legacy circles. So, and all the presidents right now are working. They're working hard. We kind of put, the heat on a little bit to get them to open their chapters within 30 days and they're thriving. So, Justine, we want you. You're up next, girlfriend. I see you. Let's get
for president.
Chapter launch. We need to get it launched 10, 10, 10.
I got you. It's been busy, as you know. So
I know.
Yeah, I have some ideas I want to talk to you about.
Awesome. So yeah, lots of things going on. Diva Locals, like I said, we're moving really fast, and a lot of exciting things coming up soon.
Let's Jimmy, do you have any announcements? And then Bethan, I don't run this meeting, but I think they hold the questions for the end. It's updates and announcements. I'm not positive. But okay, I got a nod.
Unless it's about specifically the Diva Locals. Was it about the Diva Locals, Bethan? Bethan Mary Thompson?
Yes, it was just a quick one.
Yeah, drop it. I'll give you. I will vote for you. Go for it.
I was just trying to look for the schedule thing that Alexandra sent me, but I couldn't find it in the email, so I can schedule my call. So that was it. Thank you.
Okay, do you need me to resend it?
Yeah, if you will. Thanks.
Absolutely, will do.
Sorry.
No worries.
No, you're good.
Alexandra, do you want to, no, they attend a meeting before they can schedule a call, right? So
Yeah, she's already attended a meeting. She wants to do a one-on-one with me, so that's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah,
Awesome.
awesome.
All right, back to Ali. Thank you so much, Alexandra.
got it.
Or Jimmy, if Jimmy has.
So,
Nah, we good. We good. All right, let's get into today's training, y'all. Because obviously, if credit cards are coming, if the Diva Locals is bringing the heat, what's the missing element? Volume, volume, volume. Volume of what? Our attendees, our leads, our friends, our family, our colleagues, the people that are in our sphere. And one thing that I do know for a fact that you have more than 10 people in this whole entire world that are willing to listen to something that you are offering. I think that is a fair statement, right? I'm not asking you for 5,000 people, but would you say, hey, I know 10 people. If I say you need to take a look at this thing, or if I say there are 10 people in your list that may respect you and love you and be influenced by you enough, but there's this one thing, right? Like, why are they not, right, making a move? Why are they not? Well, it's because we still have to make a physical touch, a physical impact. If we don't talk to them personally, if we don't create some kind of a reason for them to think that this is important for me, because if it's not, if I don't feel like it's important to you, I'm not gonna make it important for me, right? So I want to focus today's session all about all things follow-up. In other words, Fortune is in the follow-up, and I'm gonna go over a different steps again, just adding more tools to the toolbox like we have been doing every single Monday. So here's the thing. The truth of the matter is you've already done the hard part and you've already sparked interest. I know for a fact, and you can entertain me in the chat, that you've had many, many, many people since December of 24 that we started the concept that you are looking at here right now, that came into a Zoom, that came into the visibility challenge, that came into an overview, that watched a recording session. I think that is a fair statement to say, right? So now it's our time to finish the mission, if you will, right? Following up is not just, sending a message and waiting. It's not just, pastoring, if you will. It's actually serving. Follow-up is reminding people they matter. Is reminding people that there is a seat in the table waiting for them, not just an offer and hopefully they give me money. If they feel that they matter, if they feel that there is a seed that I'm saving for you all this time because you matter to me and to my business, I think there may be a little bit of an impact. So how do we create that feeling of, hey, you, the person that I spoke to, you matter, and there is a seed that I'm saving for you? Well, first and foremost, there are 3 core principles of effective follow-up. And I'm going to break it down to you, but I'll give you the 5,000-foot view, and then we come back to each one of those. So the very first one is follow-up is a love language. Oh, yeah, we're going to get philosophical on you today. Follow-up is a love language. Number 2, your follow-up must be timely and tight, not random. And then last but not least, you have to have a clear call to action, and don't just leave the person guessing as to why did Ali just randomly reach out to me, right? How many of us feel that sometimes, like, I haven't talked to him in a while and randomly reach out to me? I had somebody that reached out with a phone call today that I didn't talk to since 2014, and that call lasted less than a minute because he said, how you been, man? What you got going on? I said, just hanging out with the family before I get busy. What's up? He's like, have you invested in any Bitcoin lately? And I was like, I knew exactly where it was going to go. So I gave him his respectful 30 seconds just so he can get a respectful 15 seconds from me explaining to him as to why I have no passion nor desire to do anything in the space that he's in right now. Pretty hardcore, right? But that's because he didn't call me because I mattered. He called me because he wanted me to put money into something that he's playing within the MLM space, right? So these 3 elements make a difference when it comes to following up. While we think just sending an email or sending a text message or just picking up the phone and calling somebody and we justify it as followed up, there are different variables that make the follow-up extremely relevant and impactful. And again, why am I focusing on this topic specifically today is because we have credit cards that are coming. It's going to be click, and then your credit card is pre-filled and you signed up versus having all the different steps that we had with the smart contract. Now, we're not taking that away. It's still going to be in there for the crypto enthusiasts. But at the same exact time, this is going to make it 10 times faster for an individual to make a decision to get into the Diva Network, especially our founding member friends, right? So follow up, follow up, follow up. Here we go. So let's go into that very first one. Follow up is a love language. So you got to treat every single lead or individual as someone, not something. Because when we are reaching to the person, our intention, our mindset is focused on what? I'm focused on the commission that I'm going to get. I'm focused on the enrollment. I'm focused on the number. I'm focused on my reason why, right? It's a thing. I'm not really focusing on the one, and I'll prove it to you. If we were focused on the someone and not the something, we would have been absolutely passionate and reaching out and communicating with the someone regardless of the Diva Network. Now, we stopped talking to that someone as frequently as we should have because it started with the something, Diva Network, and it stopped with the something because we think we're gonna bug him out because it's about the thing, not the one. So I'm highly recommending that you reach out to the someone and just talk to them, about their own relevance in the world, about why they matter, about why you love to do business with them, to party with them, to hang out with them, to travel with them, whatever that thing may be. Again, a second way that I can prove it to you, Jimmy Ezel and I have known each other since 2014. And guess what? It was never about a thing because no matter what thing was in our lives, the someones to one another always stayed as consistent, relevant in relationship, in family, in friendship. I mean, we could have disagreements, sometimes passionate disagreements, but he would always say, I love you, brother. As long as we are in alignment, we can disagree because it was never about a project. It was about the relationship, about nurturing one another, cultivating one another, increasing in each other's lives, right? So again, it's not about the thing, it's about the someone. People, don't forget how you made them feel. I think we know that extremely well. So make sure that you reconnect and you redirect in the warmth and the clarity. See, if I spoke to somebody, whatever it was last time, and it didn't come across that I cared about them enough, but about I need you in the business more than I want to be in business with you, I have to make sure that I rekindle that relationship. And again, it's as simple as, hey man, just checking in. No, not really trying to talk any business or anything. I just want to reconnect with you. I just want to check on you. I just want to see how the family's doing. How is your daughter? How is your wife? How is the job? How is the business? Whatever it may be. You need to invest in the individual emotionally for the individual to give you an ROI of your emotional investments. And that is an important piece. And I'll tell you why. We all make emotional decisions. We do not make business decisions. I will guarantee you that most of us have gotten in business or spent money on anything because of the emotion that it made us feel. You got into entrepreneurship not necessarily because you wanted to get into any financial issues, but it sounded a little cool to say, I'm an entrepreneur. It was a big part of it. We made emotional decisions. And if you don't believe me, how many businesses, companies, projects, things you spend money on that you can look back right now and say, I wish I did not? Because you made an emotional decision, not a logical business one. So if we know that there is an emotional ROI, then I need to invest enough in the individual emotionally so they know for a fact that they matter. Now, I'm not telling you that you need to go out there and kiss butt. I'm not trying to tell you I'll go out there and fake it. It needs to be genuine, honest, because just like you have a spidey senses and you know who's real and who's fake, who's really reaching out to you for business and who's not, there are other individuals who would know if you are truly genuine or you are just using it as a strategy. So I caution you on making sure that you are making a genuine effort, even if it's a hardcore, heavy load of love on the individual that you're going to give them. Because I tend to do that a lot. I reach out to people and love on them more than they deserve sometimes. All right, don't tell them I said that. Here's an example of a conversation that can rekindle and bring that relationship back to where it needs to be emotionally. So there is more of a genuine approach instead of just give me your credit card. Something within the lines of, hey, Queen, I've been thinking about you since the last time you were on our Zoom, or since the last time we shared the visibility challenge, or since the last time you attended a Diva local, or since the last time, whatever that last time was. Are you still exploring some ways to step into your, to step fully into your next level? I'd love to connect with you regardless to business or just personal. That last part right there is removing that defensive mechanism of, oh, you just want my credit card, regardless to whether we're going to do business or not, regardless to whether you still have interest to partaking into our business community or not. It's important to let them know, I'm reaching out to you since the last time we met. That's context. That's relatability as to why I thought about you. But although I would love for you to be in business with me, I would love to reconnect with you for 10 minutes, regardless to whether we want to do business together or not. That right there, it gives it a relevance. So we're still talking business in here, but I care more about you than I do the business itself, right? I did it. My beautiful bride's birthday was Saturday that just passed. And Saturday, there was a major UFC. Many of you may or may not know. I've done some MMA myself. I'm a diehard fan of MMA. And then it was a celebrity boxing of Jake Paul, and my nephews and my brother-in-law, we've been talking about it for months, how we were going to hang out and watch it together and do all these things, right? 8:30, 9 o'clock hits. Everybody's like, all right, the party is over. So my brother-in-law is like, hey, we're watching the fight here or my place? I was like, no, you're watching it by yourself. And he's like, what do you mean? We've been talking about this. I'm like, I know, man, but it's my wife's birthday. I'm not going to leave her on her birthday. He's like, no, let's go to my place. I'm like, nope. He's like, well, why don't we just hang in here? I'm like, absolutely not. You need to get the heck out of here. And my wife is standing right in there. She's like, it's okay. I'm like, absolutely not. We're going to hang out. We can watch whatever you would want. And no, it's your night. Now, what did that do? I know, ladies, that's pretty cool, right? What it did is it reminded my wife that you matter to me more than a thing. Your prospect has to feel that they matter to you more than a business opportunity. I promise you, you do that with everybody. It sounds very, very simple, right? Just make sure that people know that you care about them, not just about their money. But unfortunately, we get caught in this speed of get people in, get people in, get people in, credit card, call to action, that we forget about the human element and its relevance as to why somebody's doing business with us. All right. Number 2, your follow-up must be timely and tight. Now, this is simple, but it tends to be the thing that we just let go of all the time. Number 1, the ideal window, first of all, if you have a brand new prospect or a lead that you're talking to or whom you're working with, within 24 to 72 hours within their last interaction. My team and I had, my personal team, we had a prospect that we were working with. And I was fuming last week because if it's come to my attention that one of our biggest potential client that we're going to work with, 3 weeks has gone by. And I ask every week, hey, how we doing? Oh, we're in communication. We're in communication. 3 weeks has gone by that no one reached out. So much so that the prospect himself reached out to the person that needed to talk to them, not myself. I wasn't the qualified person for that transaction. And it's like, hey, I haven't heard about you in 3 weeks. And I saw that in a group text and I was like, oh my Lord. So 24 to 72 hours within their last interaction. Even if, hey, happy 4th of July week, anything special going on? Just that human touch is considered a follow-up. Remember, I'm talking about you matter to me more than a thing, right? So 24 to 72 hours, because that interaction, that back and forth conversation would lead for the person or you to direct it right back to business. Hey, by the way, here's a little video that we done the other day. I think it would be relevant to you. Oh, by the way, next week we have, whomever is going to be speaking that is going to be very, very powerful. Oh my God, aren't you in Miami? There's a Diva local right around the corner from you. I definitely would invite you to show up and be there. It'll be amazing for what you're doing, right? Again, it starts with a human interaction and it would eventually lead to a business conversation. Don't send essays. I know about you. You love to type and communicate and describe the sun and the skies and the birds, and none of that matters. Short message win. Go right to the point. Right to the point. My favorite thing to do is to use voice notes or short video check-ins. I cannot tell you how many times, I'm just doing my daily 30 to 100 messages that I normally do, and I'll do a voice note. Hey, just checking in. Happy Monday. Simple as that. Or I'll do a quick video like, what's up, Rockstar? Look at this beauty, man. I wish you were in here with me. As simple as that. makes the person react, communicate. Because if you're just doing a message, especially if I don't have a solid relationship with you, it may be interpreted as a copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. While you may think, "Woo, I just did 30 to 100 messages in less than 30 minutes because I copy paste, copy paste, copy paste." You wasted your time with most of them because they don't have a relationship with you. So it may be a consideration to have that human touch. Does that make sense? Good. Number 3, a clear call to action. Do not leave me guessing as to why you reached out. Look, it starts with a personal conversation, right? Ultimately, it'll transition to, because we always say to one another, especially if we are the right entrepreneurial minded people that are in each other's lives, we always tend to say, so what's going on in your life these days? That's code for what business are you developing and building, or how are you making money? Simple as that. So you need to make sure that they understand, hey, by the way, what are you doing tomorrow at 7 o'clock? There's this complimentary coaching session that I think may be relevant to what you are doing. And I'd love for you to be my guest. Freebie, I wouldn't even tell them that you're in there. Something like that is a call to action, very subtle, very nonchalant, but it makes the person be like, yeah, I'll jump on. I'll be a fly on the wall. Yeah, you're not going to be a fly on the wall. You're going to be paying attention. Something like, hey, can we lock in 10 minutes this week just to chat? See, that is a meeting that is being set up, not, just your chit chat. Now, mind you, even if that conversation is nonchalant, and if you've done what I've shared with you thus far, the human investment, the emotional investment, that would lead to, yeah, absolutely. Let's call, let's talk, let's Zoom, right? My favorite is, hey, when can we do a virtual cup of coffee? That's this meeting with a cup of coffee, just me and you virtually chatting it up, and just, hey, catch me up. What did we do last time? And that's a form of a follow-up. Hey, want me to send you a discount code, right? Like if you have any special offer or something like that. Hey, you want me to send you a free registration link for next week? Hey, would you like me? Like anything that would lead to the person to a call to action, to a link, to a video, I would absolutely drop it. Hey, we've got 3 seats left. I'm not a big fan of the FOMO, but if there is seriously an event and we only have like a Diva Locals, hey, I got 5 seats left. Should I hold one for you with your name on it? Again, as simple as that will get the person to be like, don't want to miss out. And that's just a human nature, by the way. None of us. Like when there is plenty of pizza in the box, we all are well behaved. And then there's that last slice and we are looking at it. You know why? Because we all want it and none of us want to say that we want it. So just ask. 5 seats left. You want me to keep 1 seat with your name on it? All right. And even if it's virtual, you can do the same exact thing. Just don't exaggerate, lie, or hype up, because it tends to be a lot of things that happen in the marketplace where people think marketing is just exaggerating the wow factor. While I love the wow factor, we all know the truth and you don't want to lose your credibility. I've had somebody who told me that I'm going to hold this price to you and it's going to expire by 5 o'clock. A month and a half later, we went back and we've done business with them and I got the very same deal. Guess what that told me? For the rest of my life that I know this person, I could never take his FOMO seriously because I know I'm going to get it. Just like a little child. When you tell the child, if you do that again, I'm going to put you in timeout, and they do it again and you don't put them on timeout, they own you. They're going to do whatever they want. We've developed that habit, right? So make sure that you are truly, if you have last seats, then lock it up. I love to sell out events. So when I say it's for 25 people, cool, 25 people done. Unless I, sell it out in like 2 days. But then they're like, hey, good news. We opened up another 20 seaters, but this is it. After that, it'll be just virtual or whatever the case may be. All right. Let's talk about just some potential follow-up scripts. And this is, again, based on status. This is based on if the person is a warm relationship, cold relationship, warm lead, hot lead, attended a previous event, fence sitters, like whatever it may be. So remember, the goal is to convert them into members. It's to convert them into active paying members, preferably founders, if you will, right? And here's just, again, this is an example. It doesn't mean you have to speak like me. Hey, John. Hey, Erica. Hey, Eric, whomever you're talking to. We loved having you at the Visibility Challenge 2 months ago. And I'm just reaching out because I believe your next move with us is going to be the big one. I don't know if you're ready, but I'd love to explore what that is going to look like together. Again, this is somewhat of a comfortable relationship. We interact, we go back and forth, right? If I got a hot lead, this is somebody that is ready to go, but just on that last 10%, break down the hesitation and build trust. So again, depending on how the relationship is, yo, bud, hey, love, what's up, rock star? Hey, 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 what's up, my friend? I don't know, however you talk, right? I know you were super interested, but hadn't really pulled the trigger yet. What's holding you back? This is a direct question as to what is the issue? Why are we not getting started, right? If it's clarity, I got you. Let's hop on a 5-minute call and I'll have one of my best mentors that I'm working with personally on just to make sure we clear whatever it may be for you, just to see whatever needs to happen for it to be a right fit. So we can remove any obstacles, however you normally talk. So the first one is we'd love to have you because we know your next big move is going to be here. And I'd love to see how that looks like together. The second one, hot lead, but on the fence, what's holding you back? Use your own words, your own language, your own conversational skills to get these. But I personally believe that if I had somebody interested, one of these two would be at least giving a sense of understanding as to why you're not getting started just yet. And to be honest with you, I just want to know if we're moving forward or we're moving on. Either way, I'm okay. All right. Some practical tools that you want to have. First and foremost, at the very least, I know I talk about CRMs all the time, but at the very least, have a Google Sheet. Write the name, last name, email, phone number, when was the last time you interacted and what's next. That way you keep track of whom you are interacting with and why are you reaching out to them. If you think you're going to remember everybody and go by your mind, like who did I talk to yesterday? You are not in business. You are in a messy, messy, messy hobby that's going to drive you crazy. Keep the name, last interaction, notes maybe, and then what is the possible next step. I'm a big, huge advocate of using visuals, using AI. So Canva in video, these are some tools that you can use to create, a little bit of a graphic, maybe what do you call them? Tanya always tells me about it. A branded quote, right? Like your picture with a little post, we're waiting for you. Where is John, right? Like you can do some creative stuff like that. It's simple. Canva doesn't cost you anything. You already have your picture, like waiting for John, like if it's tomorrow, right? Like things like that, that makes the person feel that human interaction, that human touch, right? Make it personal, remind them, like special invitation just for Lorna, right? Like something that makes the person be like, you are so silly, but it forces the conversation, it forces an interaction, it forces the emotional investment that I'm telling you about, right? Voice notes, again, it's amazing, amazing, amazing tool. They are on every single social media platform that you are using. I recommend to use a calendar link, like a Calendly, so you're not just randomly going to your calendar scheduling stuff like, hey, here's my link, drop grab 10 minutes and let's chat. That way it's one click, no friction, no back and forth messages, and it goes right into your calendar so they know exactly what's next. And as always, I give you a challenge for the week. So obviously, we're talking about follow-ups today. So today is the Diva Follow-Up Blitz. You ready for this? I want you to set a timer for 30 minutes every single day, Monday through Friday, this week, Monday through Friday, 30-minute timer. And then I want you to pick 10 people from your past, any events that they attended, any visibility challenge, any presentation, any link that you send them, any conversation that you've had, a warm lead, if you will, right? Not a random person that you don't know, but this is somebody that has had some kind of interaction about the Diva Network. Either send them a text, a voice note, a video direct message based on everything that we talked about today. And I want you to book at least 3 calls with a mentor or somebody that is working with you, somebody that can help you close if for whatever reason you are worried about what to say and how to say it, so you can get a sign up or more. So again, 30 minutes every single day, and just reach out to your top 10 people that you interacted with in the past, invited, welcomed, attended in any of our events that we've had since December. Either text, voice note, video DM with everything that I just shared with you right in here. And then, of course, get them on a 3-way call, 3-way message, 3-way voice note. I am a big fan of just create a 3-way messenger and, obviously with the permission, and then let the expert take it from there and do the rest for you. Please remember, you don't need a bigger, massive audience. What you need is a bolder, intentional follow-up. If people know that you truly, truly care, and again, I know we've heard it before, when you help enough people get what they want out of life, you'll never have to worry about what you need in life, right? Zig Ziglar. I'm only telling you, we tend to fall into the trap of I'm not relevant. I don't have influence. Nobody cares about what I say. I'm not a top leader. I'm not a top earner. None of that stuff matters. What matters is the true investment, the emotional investment that you are putting onto people, and they will react to that. Are you responsive? Do you actually care enough to have a side conversation that has nothing to do with business? Right? Like those little things do matter to people, and especially if somebody is in their beginning journey of entrepreneurship, that they don't have that shark, cold stone, get to business right away and move on, right? They are used to, hey, let's talk and chat and be warm to one another. And then eventually they learn to grow. We need to shrink this conversation of 30 minutes to 5 minutes. But unless you invest onto people, they're not going to invest into your business. That's probably the best way that I can put it. Unless you invest onto people, they're not going to invest onto your business. All right. Because I have a recording session with Adora Evans at the top of the hour, I'm going to pause right in here and then, of course, go for any questions that you may have about anything and all things follow up in what we've spoken about today. What you got for me?
I just want to say amazing, amazing presentation, because it's all about follow up, follow through. What gets measured gets done. So
Somebody get that clip. I got an endorsement from Alexandra. Come on now.
absolutely so good. So good. We are so grateful for you. This is huge. People pay a lot of money for this information. So kudos to you. Thank you.
What do we do? We're investing, right? That's the investment that we talk about. So
I
if
love
we
that.
don't do it ourselves, why would we ask for anybody to do it?
So good.
Thank you for that, though. All right, Beth and Mary, talk to me.
Yeah, I've got calendar D set up, but obviously I want to put something in there because I'm being in UK, and quite often the Americans will forget that I'm in UK and that. So when I want, as you said, to send it out and not go back and forth, because that's where my energy is going, and I want it to be more clear and quick and efficient, so that as soon as they get in the calendar, they realise that I'm in a different time zone for them, so that
So just so you know,
not back and forth.
Calendly, unless you change the setting, by default, showcases based on the time zone of the individual himself or herself. So if you were to send me your Calendly right now, if you send me your Calendly right now, I guarantee you, I click on it, it captures by geo-targeting my time zone, right? But when are you making yourself available? Meaning, if you're making yourself available at 7 o'clock, p.m., and I'm five. Well, no, let me do that the other way around. Yeah, it's the time zone that you got to be aware of. If you are catering to the American market, then make sure that is within the working time slots of the American market. So you may have to make an adjustment. But as far as time zone, I guarantee you it shows on the time zone of the. You can send it to Morocco right now. It'll show +1 GMT. Versus, the UK time zone. So just so you know.
Thank you. That's what I
You
wanted to
got it.
know. My
All right.
energy is going back and forth, and I don't want to be doing that. I want to be
I
doing
got
what
you.
you said, so that I can have more time. Thank you.
You got it. What else we got? Come on. It's I know it's a sensitive, controversial topic. Follow up. We are all shy.
Well, I just want to say thank you, because coming off of my event, this is going to be my week
Yeah,
of
there you go.
follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad I came in this morning on this, because these are really great tips. But I have a question. Do you find that there is a specific time of day that works for you for your follow-up? Or
So it depends. If you're
Mhm.
calling, obviously you got to be aware of the time that you're calling, right? If I'm
Right.
messaging or sending voice note or DMs, I send mine at 5 o'clock in the morning. God's honest truth. All my
Really?
follow-up, oh yeah, my meeting, my like that, I say 3 to 100. I can't do them during the day. As soon as I I meditate, I do my stuff early in the morning. By 6 o'clock, between 5 to 6 o'clock, I'm already sending messages, 30 to 100 every single day, because I got to get them out of the way. Otherwise, and the reality is, out of 30 to 100, I'll get 10% that will respond back in that day. So that usually means what? 3 to 10 people that are actually going to answer me. And 99% of the time, it's not while I'm messaging. It's like a 7, because this is probably the quote that I want you to take from today. It will never happen on your time. It will always happen on their timing, because time and timing are two different things. Time is something that I can book. Timing is the period in my life that I'm ready to talk to you. And that may be on the same day, that may be a month or a year later. You know, I had a client that we're working with right now, Maria de Leon. I've been talking to her since 2019, and she replied to a message on Messenger. Messenger. Oh my God, I am so sorry that I did not respond to you. How have you been? One thing led to another. Boom, she ended up in our studio last week. So it's not the time, it's the timing. So while I cater the time to reach out, which works on my time, 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, but the timing is always different than the time. So make sure that you manage your expectations with that, because you may say, all right, this is my week. I'm going to hit up 500 people. Great. But I guarantee you that 95% of that 500 people, the timing is off. But because you've invested emotionally into the human being, whenever the timing is right, they come back and say, oh my God, thank you so much for the message. I just saw it right now. That's why I drove that thing deep so many times, because people will remember how you made them feel. They will not forget. Yeah.
That's for real. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. That's a good point.
it.
But what I just heard you say is get it out of the way early in the morning, and then their timing will take care of the rest of it. That's what I just heard.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
You got it. All right. Jimmy Zell is always trying to ask me a question. We're going to have to charge double for this question. All right. And I want to share that double charge with all the divas that are in here. So go ahead. What you got?
No, Ollie, I just want to echo just amazing training as always. I told you earlier on I was going to sit in and listen in, but one of the things about follow up, and Ollie, you've done a great job of showing us. So everyone, the reality is this. There's a lot of exciting things to be able to follow up with people right now. You've heard this statistic. It takes the average person 6 to 8 times before they actually make a decision. 80% of all sales is usually on the average of the 5th follow up. So that follow up is the connection that Ollie's been talking about. You reaching back out to them, and the reality is this: it has to be part of any business model. There is no, I mean, people don't just wake up today and go, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to get paid for someone to do my podcast. I mean, most people aren't, they're not just waking up thinking about that. Now, some people are, but in terms of if you've reached out to somebody with all the exciting things that are happening with the Diva Network right now, it gives you an opportunity to follow up. So one of the closing things that I always tell people, in keeping in touch with them is I always say, hey, listen, do you mind if I keep you informed of what's going on with the Diva Network? Do you mind if I keep you informed what's going on with my coaching program? And they always say, well, yes, of course. Guess what? It gives you that, it opens that door so you can continue to follow up with them. And so amazing time right now with all the things happening. Definitely a very timely training, Ali. Appreciate it. And as always, great job.
Let's grow. I want both of those little parts, Alexandra and Jimmy, and I just want them on replay, on loop all day long. And Jimmy, what else you said about my hair today?
I love it. I love it. Looking good. Looking good.
Jimmy, let me tell you something. If it was not for the relationship, God's honest truth, if it was not for the investment that he has on my relationship, we went to Mexico together. I'm straight up, God's honest truth. And he pulled me aside and he's like, something is off. Like he knew that last time we traveled together, like something was off. But instead of making it all about the business, he was just coaching and spending, investing time on me personally as a person, finding you're happy all over again. That's why, and I tell him every single day, like, Jimmy, whatever he calls, like, hey, we got a new project or you got a new way of doing things or whatnot. And I say, look, it's because it's you first. We'll figure it out together, right? And that is, the barometer of, I don't know you, to I will literally give up my life for you. And where is that relationship is, right? And Jimmy has not invited me to have the smoked meat that he makes all the time. So we're not in I will lay my life for you yet. We're like right here. So there's I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No, but
Nice.
you need to work on the barometer. Many of us think that you should do business with me because I just talk to you. No, you got to invest in a relationship. And it does not mean that I have to, again, kiss butt and, fake it. No, I just got to be genuine. I just got to be real, honest for like 100%. And, it takes time because not of the person receiving it, but because of you and your own personal relationship with you. Sometimes you have things from the past and you're withholding. I got people in our lives and, we talk about personal growth, right? We have people in our lives that I wouldn't talk to because someone like them reminded me, of my past, like that I know somebody who talks just like you, who hurt my feelings. So you may reach out or send a message or send a voice note that just sounds like somebody from their past. And that personal growth is going to trigger them, right? So be patient, invest on people, and some will right away, some won't right away. So what? Let's keep the love going. Just keep investing on new people every single day. And, the time in will get everybody where they need to be. That was pretty good, Jimmy. Thank you for setting me up for that one. Yeah, yeah. Hey, make sure there's Jimmy's episode is dropping, by the way, this week on the Diva Network podcast. And I intentionally kept the first 5 minutes is him and I just dancing. So you're going to see Jimmy having some of the worst dance moves possible. Like if TikTok would ban you from dancing, that would be the dance that would ban him if he ever did it on TikTok. So yeah.
I love it.
I love you, brother.
All right. Awesome. Thank
All
you,
right,
everybody.
ladies, any other questions that we may have? Or gentlemen? About follow-up. Why am I not following up? What's holding me back from following up? Ruth, what's up, sister? Justine, I was talking to you. I'm like, she's not talking to me yet.
Oh,
I mean,
thank
come
you.
on.
Thank you so much. I'm fine.
You got it. Good.
I just came last night. I had traveled.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You got it. Justine, we got this thing that you always ask a question. Like, I will feel sick today if I don't get a question.
I mean, I think for me, it's more of like, just do the thing. I don't have a
Yeah.
question. It's just a matter of like, take some action,
You know how in social media, like there's the comments, the little widgets. I wish there's like a slap, like just a figurative slap, like get out of it. Like when I see you posting stuff, everybody, I just want to click on that. It's like Ali just gave you a get out of it slap. Maybe we should invest some money into patenting a technology that does that. That'd be funny. But yes, I hear you and I agree with you, sis. It's all about doing the thing. And there's a lot to be done. Do not put yourself in a position that you think I'm either successful or failure. There are things that I don't do sometimes, like, I can't believe I didn't do that, right? I'm preparing and I'm showing you the tools. It doesn't mean that I have the capacity to handle all the tools every single day. Some of us have a team. Some of us have budgets. Some of us have capacities. Don't put yourself in a position that you think I'm either great or I'm terrible. No, your journey is your journey. As long as you're doing a little bit better today than you did yesterday, you are winning in life.
Well, the action I just took is to schedule a meeting with the 2 VAs that I'm using in about a half an hour. And
Nice.
I'm going to delegate some of this stuff to them.
Let's go.
Yeah.
There you go. Justine.
And one of the things I'm putting in my email, in my e-blast is we have a really great guest on the Diva Network tomorrow. From Fubu. So, I mean, is that right? Is it Fubu?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I was like, Fubu Hulu. Am I saying that right? Fulu?
Yes.
So
you're saying wear my nice shirt tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll get a haircut. Sounds good. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate y'all. Let's apply. Let's impact the world and just care a little bit more. And I can promise you follow-up becomes a little bit easier. Much love to you all. Until next time, have a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye. Thanks, Ali.
You got it.